Shalom, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai. Let's give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops, great millstone, and peace and that's Hardest word, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect across the planet. I just want to talk about, came across this article. So apparently Donald Trump is trying to suspend habeas corpus. So that's just one step closer, to these prophecies of throwing, Jake in prison. They'll be hitting Jake and all that. So basically, habeas corpus is, your right to a trial, to a fair and speedy trial, according to the Sixth Amendment. And he wants to actively suspend that or get rid of it. Why would he want to do that? So that he can lock people up, without due process. Mainly, men of the Lord, the prophets that are out there in the streets, and all Jake and people who won't bow down, to the New World Order, image of the beast, ultimately the ones that refuse to take that chip, the mark of the beast. But this article is out of NBC News. It was dated May 11th. And it's Trump's admin's threat to suspend core U.S. legal right sparks outcry and alarm. Stephen Miller said the president is actively looking at suspending the right for people to see a judge if detained, and the U.S. legal scholars say that Congress, not Trump, has that power. Legal experts and Democrats expressed growing alarm over the weekend that Trump administration officials are openly discussing unilaterally suspending habeas corpus, a bedrock American legal right, without the approval of Congress. The writ of habeas corpus, which dates back centuries, grants anyone detained in the U.S. the right to see a judge, challenge the government's evidence against them, and present a defense. But the White House Deputy Chief of Staff, Stephen Miller, downplayed its significance on Friday, suggesting the administration could move to suspend it unilaterally. That's an option we're actively looking at, Miller told reporters. But yeah, basically, they're saying Congress isn't going to allow it, but we'll see, he got these deportations, popping off. So, hey, we'll see what happens. But, that's biblical prophecy, to be throwing people in prison, specifically, the men of the Lord, and people who refuse to take that chip. But this is from Cornell, or law.cornell.edu, Cornell Law School, the Legal Information Institute for Habeas Corpus, an overview. It's Latin for that you have the body. In the U.S. system, federal courts can use the writ of habeas corpus to determine if a state's detention of a prisoner is valid. A writ of habeas corpus is used to bring a prisoner or detainee before the court to determine if the person's imprisonment or detention is lawful. A habeas petition proceeds as a civil action against the state agent, usually a warden who holds the defendant in custody. It can also be used to examine any extradition process used, the amount of bail and jurisdiction of the court. So yeah, that due process. So basically Trump wants to get rid of that so that he can throw people in prison and not have to determine if the imprisonment is lawful. So some serious times we're entering in. But this article is out of the BBC.com. Trump wants to reopen Alcatraz as a prison. Could it happen? Yeah, so why would Trump want to reopen Alcatraz, man? Prison that's been closed down for years. You know, so he can throw more jakes in there, throw more people in there, man. This was published May 5th, 2025. It says the U.S. President Donald Trump has doubled down on his proposal to reopen and expand Alcatraz, the once notorious prison island in the icy waters of San Francisco Bay. Alcatraz, popularly known as the Rock, has not been used as a prison for decades. It is now a historic landmark. The U.S. President says he believes the prison could be used once again to house dangerous inmates and serve as a symbol of law and order in the U.S. Located island. Yeah, it's just giving more information on Alcatraz. Yeah, that's the point right there. So he wants to reopen Alcatraz, but this is all falling in line to that time of Jacob's trouble, the New World Order, as well as the implementation of this chip. The first scripture is Revelation 2:10. Fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I'll give thee a crown of life. Yes, the devil shall throw some of you into prison. So he has to open up, more space. The prisons are already crowded. So if he wants to disband habeas corpus and just round up a bunch of people at will, he needs more space. And also these concentration camps, that have been springing up over the past, 10, 20 years. The FEMA camps, whatnot. Those as well. The Lord said, be thou faithful unto death, and I'll give thee a crown of life. Tribulation 10 days, a certain amount of time that you're going to be in there. You don't know how many days, how long. There's going to be a certain amount of time. It says, be thou faithful unto death, and I'll give thee a crown of life. So if you get put into this prison, don't bow down to that will. Don't, give up the faith. Don't take that chip, even if you're faced with death. Because John the Revelator also saw, the heads of them, the souls of them that were beheaded. So yeah, there's gonna be, guillotines, in these places, man, or however they're gonna put you to death. But John the Revelator specifically saw those that were beheaded. This is Revelation 20:4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Yahushua 1,000 years, man. So that goes, yeah, so he lived and reigned with Yahushua. So that links up with this scripture, be faithful unto death, and I'll give thee a crown of life. So it's going to be a win-win situation. But it says he saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of the Lord, man, and which had not worshipped the beast, nor neither his image, which is this modern-day Roman system, neither received his mark upon their foreheads. That Neuralink, those miracles, that Elon Musk is pushing with that Neuralink, man. Not to receive that mark or in your hands. But yeah, so serious times, man, that we're coming in, man. Be faithful unto death, The Lord's going to give thee a crown of life. As Revelation 13:14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles. So that's a deception. It says he deceiveth them by those miracles. It's talking about whatever they're saying what that Neuralink can do for you. Cure diseases, cure brain issues, and all that. Restore sight to the blind and all that, man. That's all deception, man. He says he deceived them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Image of that beast, man. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. You worship the image of that beast, taking this chip. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So he's just repeating everything, man. So yeah, it's that microchip, man. You're worshiping the image of the beast. You're worshiping the system, that NWO, New World Order. If you take that chip, it says he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So everybody's gonna be subject unto this, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark or the name of the beast and the number of his name. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to do. You're not gonna be able to function in the society. You're not gonna be able to operate, and that's the hour of temptation, man. So you have to put your full faith and trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai to get you through that day, even if you're thrown into prison. Yeah, this is 2 Ezra 16:70. So yeah, this is what all these detention centers are being built up for, opening up Alcatraz, making deals with El Salvador to throw people into prison down there. This is 2 Ezra 16:70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Yeah, great uprising, man, upon those that fear the Lord. That's Jake, man. It's Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all of them. All Jake has that zeal, for the Lord. And they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods, and cast them out their houses. Yeah. And cast them out the houses and put them where? In the prison, concentration camps. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. That day you're going to know who the true men of the Lord are, man. Because the Lord's going to set up a standard. The Lord's going to set up that standard, It says, when they shall come in like a flood, when they come in to cast you out your house, the Lord is going to lift up a standard, that power. Some brother's going to get that power, man. And then you're going to know who are the chosen, man. Hear ye, my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. The days of trouble were at the time of Jacob's trouble, man. And the enemy shall come in like a flood, man, sparing none, casting you out of your house. Uprisings, race riots, martial law, all that is that time of trouble. And the Lord said, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. The Lord's going to deliver his men, man, the ones that have faith. And the ones that are slated to be that martyr, the Lord's going to give you that spirit to deal with it. The Lord's not going to put nothing on you that you can't handle, man. Scripture says, those that have the faith of a mustard seed, man, shall overcome any obstacle, man. Those that have the faith of a mustard seed shall move mountains. It says, be not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide. Yeah, be afraid, not afraid, neither doubt, man. So yeah, man, that hour of temptation is coming. That time of trouble is coming. We just read it. Time of trouble is at hand, man. We see it's moving fast. Everything's moving fast. It's crazy how Trump wants to reopen Alcatraz. He wants to suspend, habeas corpus. It's all this is for a reason. But the Lord is working on the minds. Different angels are working on the mind of Trump to do this. So it's all part of the Most High's plan. This is what the Most High wants. With that, shalom.